What's up, guys? This is Metalcore Panda, and I am coming here again to bring you a review of Dauntless, which is in early access. Go ahead and jump in here. This is a game that is based on what you would think of as monster hunting. It is similar to the Monster Hunter games in only that aspect, as far as I can tell. Um, it seems like this game has been in development for quite a while. It's staged to come out in this year, 2018, from what I understand. So this is on the highest graphics, 1080p, of course, and it doesn't run super great. I am running a 1050 Ti overclocked 4 gigs of DDR5 on that, and then 16 gigs of regular DDR3 RAM and an FX 8350, and it runs okay. I can play a lot of games on ultra, very smoothly, but this game struggles a bit. Lower frame rates, that's for sure. Just go through the main aspects of this game. Is you get a quest. We'll stress the questing, which is extremely generic. It's kill quest. You go, you kill a creature, you can break off parts of it. You can only really break one piece, which is the tail, and then you can injure other pieces, which will drop items for you, which is, legs, arm, and head. This is a wash, rinse, and repeat all the way through tier 4, as far as I can, see. I'm up to tier 3. I've maybe put in 10 to 15 hours. I've lost interest at this point, just because of the repetitiveness and there being no story. There might be a story, but you can just click right through it, and it's boring. It is very boring. It doesn't seem like they have any interest in changing that kind of stuff either, from what I've seen on forums and things like that, which is, normal for an MMORPG, but I feel like that needs to change, because, I mean, nothing's gonna, last very long if you only have a few mechanics and there's nothing bringing people back other than hitting monsters with swords and axes and stuff like that. That being said, it's very fun to hit these creatures with swords and axes and things like that. As you can see, this dude has a pretty dope sword. This guy has a big old hammer. That guy has a glaive. There's quite a bit of interesting stuff.
Those regrets melt away.
Yep, you hear that? Those regrets out the way. Alright, so one of the things you can do after you do some quests, you will get access to these cores, and you open them up. And then you get these cells. All common cells, not great. Okay. So we will go over what those are used for. Got your regular social little queue here. Party, friends, recent, guild. You got your loadout. There's my weapon. There's one of my other weapons. We'll probably use this one. And you can customize, and that's where your cells come in. You can choose this right here, and then it tells you what it does. These are the cells, and you can put them in your weapons and in your armor. You can also switch up your armor. There you go. I like to use a mix and match. Feel like it works better. It gives you a little bit more everything. Some of the items have, resistance to fire, like this one, and then weakness to ice. And then other ones will, cause a little bit more damage. As you can see, I have some cells in there. Blade Dancer cell, 50% bonus parts damage after perfect dodge, and then Tenacious cell. And, headgear. There we go. And then we have a lantern, which allows you to store power, if you will, so that you can do ultimate strike, if you will, with your Q. Let's see here. Alright, and then you have your journal. This is the kind of questing I'm talking about. The bosun wants to take your airship to arid, frozen, and forest islands to see how she handles in different climates. That basically just means your ships, go to these islands. You're not going to fly the ship. Nothing is happening there. Doesn't really matter. They just want you to gather broadleaf, Rhyme Bloom, and Kendall Sprout, which I can't even freaking find Kendall Sprout. I've been all up and down this thing and I can't find it. So there you go. And then your regular kill quest, which is stalk and slay a grave. You get 200 notes, which is their currency in this game, which is notes. Kind of boring. Feel like you could have made a better effort with that. Just have to say that. You've made a really interesting art style area, but the lore and things like that is just weak. It is weak. Let's see here. Then, of course, you have your inventory. You got your regents, cores, cells, supplies, gear, style, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's go over here. See how it's jumping a lot. Just it's not well optimized. And it's supposed to be coming out this year and not that far away from what I understand. Let's see here. So you can make these items. Some of these items just straight up don't work. That's another issue. And some of these are tier 2 items. I've made it, all the way up to tier 3. After you go from, when you're going from tier 2 to tier 3, it just gets ridiculous because they didn't. I don't know how long tier 3's been enacted, but basically at tier 2, once you go into your first tier 3 fight, you can get 2 hit by anything. Like, you immediately get murdered. And if you don't have anyone else in your party to help you, it's rough. It is rough. Let's see here.
What can Wills do for you?
And then you have items you can craft. You have to get certain items. Their art styles and everything like that are really cool. I think it's really fun stuff. Looks interesting. Each of these items do different types of attacks. They do different damage to the creature, which is a better part of this game. It is, like I said, almost exclusively taking after Monster Hunter in that aspect, but just I use the word MMORPG setting lightly because you can only have 4 people in your party. So it's not really an MMORPG. It's not massive. It is multiplayer, and it's not really an RPG because there's no story. So I would just call it, an MMO. Or an MO. Multiplayer online. That's all.
Thank you for your patronage.
I feel like this could be a really good game if they started taking things seriously when it comes to story and when it comes to other things to do and filling the world that they've made. And then you can come over here and you can make items, armor from the creatures that you've killed. They have some really good systems here. They have some really interesting armor types and things like that. And here, plus, 13, 11 shock resistance. So that's cool. And you've got this over here, which is a trade-off, +5 for -5 shock. So this one's probably one of the best right here, probably. You've got this bad boy right here. So they have some pretty cool looking stuff.
Don't take too many chances.
Problem is, that's like the 3 people you can talk to. There's other people that will give you quests like here and there, but they're like not even, there's nothing really else to do. You don't have any kind of fishing, any kind of housing as far as I know. I don't even know if they have an idea to do housing, but housing is always good because it gives people something to work towards, making your house better, or making your guild better, your clan stronger, this or that. I don't, they have a plan up where you can check everything out, their roadmap, which I think is cool. I went through it a little bit. I really hope they, plan to address a lot of the generic mistakes of MMORPGs. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a quick little battle here so you guys can see the system. So we will do something easy peasy. Yonder Keys is tier 3, the Monstrous Verge is tier 2, tier 1 is the Sheltered Frontier. And they recycle creatures at least 2 or 3 times before, throwing in a new creature. So that's another thing. That's okay to do. It does get kind of boring. It seems like all that happens is they up the frequency of their big attacks, and they up the damage and up the size, and so it cycles, and rage and things like that. sometimes new attacks come into play, which I think is interesting. So it's not a really bad system or anything like that, but it definitely, it could use a little bit of work. Combat's really fun. Once again, could use a little bit of work though. Let's take a look here. Let's create a new pursuit. I'll get this guy because if I remember correctly, you can just keep dodging him and then just hit him. And we'll just do a private hunt. There are a few people playing. I wouldn't say that there's a big community in the game, but there are people playing. Sometimes it takes, can take a while to get anyone to play with you. That can be a problem, especially when you're going from tier 2 to tier 3, and there's such a huge difference in damage. I was talking with a couple of other people, and they were just like, it's bull. It's too much. But I don't know if, I'm sure someone's addressed that with the devs. I don't know if they care or not, though. What I've seen a lot with MMORPGs that's kind of given me a little bit of a low spirit with them is oh, that's really loud. Even though I turned all that stuff down, it's still extremely loud. There we go. It's not really the inability, just the not caring aspect of what the players want. After a certain point, after the money's made, people just kind of stop caring. I really hope that's not what we're gonna get here. Anyone who's worked like in development or knows anything about development kind of knows that your best money's gonna be made in the first couple of months, kind of situation, and after that point, if it's not rolling in enough dough, people just kind of disregard what anyone cares about in the game from the community. And you can gather stuff here. This stuff will just help you make potions and stuff like that. The metal is not what you would think you would use for making armor and stuff like that. You're not going to use it for that. The regions they're a little bit different from here to there, but it's not like anything really spectacularly different. So it feels kind of reused. It's not super bad, but it does feel a little bit overused, like reused over and over and over again. It is a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of game. Go here, kill this, do it again, 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 do it again. I think that can be changed, but I don't think they want to change it, to be honest. Some people like that kind of stuff. I lose interest very quickly. It took me 3 days to get to a certain point where I just didn't feel the need to go any farther with this game. I did pay $39 for the experience, and I probably wouldn't do it again. And just kind of run away from this dude. He tuckers out after a while, after 2 or 3 charges. Quick dodge there. There it is. I wonder if I can get a tail from this guy. You can take health from those little cracks. That's some extra health if what you've got, socketed isn't in enough. Oh yeah, you can press 4. You can throw up a little flare to tell your teammates that you found the creature. That's one of the specials. That's my Q. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's about 7 or 8 things in this game that are like that. Oh, almost got me. Oh. Want that tail. Oh, messed up there. There we go. Oh, I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would take his tail. No, I didn't get any of that tail. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it for the tail. I guess you can't cut that off in this one. I only fought this guy like 1 or 2 times. I thought you could get his tail off, but you can't get his tail off here either. Maybe a horn. Get that horn. Oh snap! There, yep, got the horn. See that? Yep. Ow! He butted me with his little horn. Ow! I can just press this and get a little bit of health there. Oh! I'm not taking much damage because I'm tier 2 geared. He's tier 1 creature. But initially it is a lot harder. He's starting to look a little beat up. They get like little cuts on them and stuff like that, which I think is neat. Boom! Got another piece. Give him the wacko. Just grab it up. Oh, he's running away. He's running away. I gotta go get him again. I didn't think this was a 2-part one. Press X and put this away. Yeah, so that's the main drift. You can kill these little rams too, but it doesn't really, it drops little orb, little same stuff, regents. Let's finish this guy. He should be pretty low. Come on, bad boy. Almost, Padre. Whoop. Whoop. See if I can get a big hit. See that should have hit him, but I didn't get any damage off that as far as I could tell. Grab some health. There we go. It's a little bit tougher than I thought. There we go. Felt that. Charge me. Oh, he should be getting on now. Oh, nice. Come on, baby. A longer fight than I thought it would be. Ah! Dodge. You can pretty much dodge just about anything. He's tuckered out again. Poor little fella. Yup, there he's down. And that is a hunt. And that you will do a lot in this game if you do so choose to play it. S rank is good from what I understand. You should be able to attain S rank just about every time you play unless you lose. And then it will cycle through what you gathered. It should just be a couple things, and then what you get as well. If you're with a team, it will go through everyone's stuff and show what they got and how they ranked as well. I am Slayer rank 10. So I do like this game. I do think, you know, I do get enjoyment out of the fighting. But when I think about, hey, how much time do I want to invest in this today? I don't think it's enough in its current state to make me say, I will play this game over Overwatch or some other game. And it certainly isn't enough for me to say I want to spend 30 something dollars on the founder pack, which I did, which I do have buyer's remorse from that. There's not many things I get buyer's remorse from, but I did from this one. Just because I don't feel like there's sufficient substance to the game in its current state to warrant getting it. So what I would say is I'd wait and see if it's free to play. You know, it is free to play. It will be free to play. It's supposed to come out this year sometime. I would check it out at that point. I do think there are a lot of things they could do to improve the overall fundamentals of, you know, what makes a good game. It can't just be one thing that you do over and over again that feels real good, but that doesn't really make anything that, you know, is going to last in the way of an MMORPG. There needs to be more. So I would suggest checking it out when it comes out free to play, but I wouldn't suggest getting the Founders Pack. They're getting backing. It's gonna, you know, come out. So I wouldn't even worry about that. They're being backed by a company, you know, that does, you know, give them money. That's just a fact. But so they're gonna be okay. I wouldn't really say it's worth the Founders Pack right now. If you really love the rinse, you know, wash, rinse, and repeat type of game, you will probably love this game very, very much. But other than that, that's my review of this game. Go check it out when it comes free to play, and y'all have a great day.